So in the past, my workdays were consumed managing virtual assistants and running a Facebook dropshipping business. Now, I had a team of 3 virtual assistants who would list products on various platforms like Facebook Marketplace and Facebook Shops primarily, but also Poshmark, Mercari, and plenty of other places. And another assistant would handle order processing on slower days, and I'd assist personally with the order processing as well if it was a really fast day. It was a constant grind, even on weekends, but the money was great, so I stuck with it. However, everything changed when my main Facebook account, which was responsible for generating anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 in monthly profit, got disabled. This setback was really a blessing in disguise, though, and it really allowed me to reevaluate my approach and adapt to the new circumstances. It made me realize just how stressful running this dropshipping business was at that level on Facebook Marketplace and Facebook Shops primarily, and despite the financial success, it wasn't really worth it. Losing my main accounts led me to rethink the strategy and ultimately seek a more hands-off business model. Now, my mornings start similarly as before. I set up my computers for my virtual assistants, but I've made a significant change in my hiring process. Instead of relying on higher cost VAs or virtual assistants, I started hiring directly from onlinejobs.ph, where I can find skilled virtual assistants anywhere from $2 to $3 an hour to start. And this cost difference allows me more flexibility, and it allows me to test various strategies without needing an immediate positive return on my investment. Now, once the computers are set up, my virtual assistants begin listing products from a range of websites, including, yes, Facebook Marketplace and Facebook Shops a little bit, but also Bonanza, Etsy, Mercari, Poshmark, Amazon, and more. We now take the volume approach, and we aim to hit every platform as much as possible with some well-researched products mixed in. This approach has been working really solidly for us, although we no longer achieve the same revenue numbers as we did back when Facebook was the Wild West days, but the profitability overall is very similar because I pay VAs a lot less now. So ultimately, it's $8 to $10 an hour for 4 to 5 VAs depending, instead of $24 an hour for only 3. Now, in addition to listing products, I have one virtual assistant who handles order processing as well and contacts wholesale suppliers on Amazon for drop shipping there. We take a slow and consistent approach to scale here because reaching out to suppliers each day ensures that we can set them up quickly and effectively, and we maintain a good relationship. We select suppliers primarily with no minimum order quantity, but also that provide order fulfillment services on their website. That way we know they'll drop ship. To identify profitable products, we use a software called Scan Unlimited, which compares wholesale supplier prices on the websites to Amazon's catalog of millions of products. And this helps us determine which products are worth listing and which ones are profitable. Now, for suppliers whose stock we don't monitor automatically, because often wholesale suppliers you can't do that with, I have a VA every single week that checks the products to see if there's any out of stocks or any price changes, but only once a week. Now, after that, I move on to product research for Etsy dropshipping. And my main goal is to identify successful stores and provide their best designs to my graphic designer so he can then redo them in his own way, put his own touch on them with a slight variation, and we can go after designs with a high probability to sell because they're already proven. Overall, I've shifted my e-com focus to Amazon and Etsy because these platforms primarily require a lot less hands-on management once the listings are set up, because they can be efficiently handled with software. And this change significantly reduces the expenses and the time spent that I have to manage them compared back to when I was doing it primarily on Facebook Shops and Facebook Marketplace. I've also been able to profitably hire virtual assistants to manage other websites as well, which makes my e-commerce business much more efficient. Now, after dinner with my wife, I return back to package and label some sales up from platforms like Poshmark, OfferUp, and Mercari sometimes, where you need to ship products out using their label. And that's pretty much what a day in the life running a dropshipping business looks like for me. I don't claim to have all the answers or have it all figured out, and I'm constantly trying to improve and make more money with it, but I wanted to share my experience and what's worked for me, hoping that maybe it'll benefit you or benefit someone else on this e-com journey. Remember though, find what works for you and make sure that you're adapting to any changing circumstances and constantly learning. That's key.